Evening, people. Evening. Apologies, a little bit late. I started the stream and the stream didn't start for some reason. It said it was running and it wasn't, and so I'm about to stop it and restart it again. Apologies. So we're a minute or so late. So we're here live for the finals tonight of the Alpha 155 Cup, hosted by P1 Race Community over there on Facebook. If you want to get involved in any of this racing, that's where you need to go. So we are live for round 7 from Tokyo Central tonight. We've got 3 times 10-minute sprint races. They have to use a set of mediums at some point throughout the evening. So during one race, a lot of drivers seem to be opting to hold on to the mediums for the final race. Don't know if that makes any kind of difference, but that's what they seem to be doing. Grid positions for race 1 will be from league positions. So just before we get into this lobby, let's have a look at those. So going into the final round tonight, it is still HKRT Kevin who's led this one pretty much from the get-go. 321 points on board for him. Really good racing from the guy. Always manages to find his way to the front regardless of where he starts on the grid. P1 Obi-Wan in second with 249 points. We've got Mocky Weeks in third with 239 points. Just wondering if his car's still for sale in this final round. HKRT Manos in fourth with 218 points. We've got Midas in 5th with 205 points. P1 Pilgrim in 6th with 184 points. Ginge Imposter, unfortunately not able to race tonight. 152 points on board for him in 7th. In 8th, we've got Nick Vic 007 with 150 points. HKRT Sturpan in 9th with 115 points. P1 Skippy in 10th with 104 points. Captain Pugwash 11th with 96 points. Ice Chan 12th with 64 points. And P1 Dylan just 49 points. Is that right? Is that right? That can't be right. That's not right. That can't be right. Is that right? That doesn't look right. Little bit of merch still available, people. T-shirts and stickers. Hit me up at Google Mail, Darksmoker at googlemail.com if you want any of those. But let's get into this lobby quickly. Otherwise, I'll miss the start of the race. So, how many have we got in tonight? 11 drivers racing. I think that's going to be a lot. Right, let's get ourselves in this lobby. Let's turn some nonsense on now, because we will drop straight into the race. No qualifying in this one. It is there was qualifying at the start, at the very start of the series for round 1, and then after that, every round has grid position is as of race positions, league positions, championship positions, or even, how you doing? No wall running, yeah, you cheats. These cheats. Those cheats. Dylan, who's he just given a send to? Oh, okay, we're not going to see. We're not going to see. So, that's not the view I want. There we go. So the cameras might be a little bit tricky at this one. It's a tight circuit and the cameras don't always work as they run past the what's reverse grid, apologies, it don't always work past the posts and poles. Red lights go on then. Round 1 or race 1 underway for tonight. Dylan leads us away. Can he hold on to that lead? Tricky circuit, Tokyo. This one not so bad. It's almost an oval. Plenty of corners to get round, obviously. Oh no, somebody's stuck on the grid. Pilgrim is stuck on the grid. Not sure what's happening there. There's no those inputs. I can see his wheel moving. He's steering left and right, but car not going anywhere. There might be a restart for race 1. has left the lobby. No, he's not left the lobby, but he's not underway, so he's dropped out of race 1, unfortunately. And it is still P1 Dylan leading. Look at this, already 2.3 second lead. He's on the racing soft tyre for race 1. Captain Pugwash in second. Oh, he's got all sorts of damage. Yeah, tricky circuit this. If we just go on board with Captain Pugwash. It's pretty tight, difficult to overtake, except on the straights. Walls to bounce off as well if you get it wrong, and as Mocking Weeks was saying in the lobby chat just before the race started, no wall riding. That's not how we want to see Tokyo driven. Look at this, P1 Dylan has opened up a massive great gap, chasm of space between him and Captain Pugwash, 3.3 seconds. He's on his own at the minute. Second, HKRT Kevin, again championship leader, already into third place. In fourth, Sturpan in fifth. The HKRT Greek drivers putting on a show in this one. Quite like this league, I think. Nick Vick in sixth, Obi-Wan seventh, Midas in eighth, also one of the HKRT drivers. Not that there's teams in this one, they've just joined us and on for the ride. Mocking Weeks in ninth. Car is sold. Somebody's bought it. Awesome. Last race of the season, he's finally managed to get rid of it. I think it got down to about 49.99 last week. I can't remember, it might have even been less than that. Skippy in 10th, a little way down. And yeah, unfortunately no Pilgrim. He was stuck on the grid, and I don't know whether everybody else saw that. So they've unfortunately carried on racing. No restart for this one. There's 4.5 seconds up the road for Dylan. Kevin now into that second position. He's on the racing soft as well for race 1. We'll just have a flick through, see who is on the mediums, if anybody. Manos also on the softs. Captain Pugwash still got a little bit of damage there. He's bumped into another wall, also on the softs. Soft tyres for Sturpan, more damage. Midas Alani on the softs, no damage. No, Nick Vick, we just catch. Getting it sideways. I don't know if there was contact. I looked down at the tyres rather than the screen, the driving, and I just saw the two left light up because they were going sideways and not forwards. A little bit of damage on board for him. Falls to the back of the pack. Soft tyres on board for him though. Where were we? Obi on the softs, Skippy on the softs, Mocking on the softs, and yeah, everybody gone for the softs then in race 1. Dylan charging around here then, 4.6 seconds up the road from HKRT Kevin. Again, fastest driver really. He's taken pretty much all the points where he can, Kevin. Can he bring that time down between himself and Dylan? 4 minutes in, gap at 4.3 seconds between first and second. A little bit of a gap opened up here as well between second and third, 3.1 seconds. A bit of a punch up happening for fourth though. Obi, HKRT Sturpan and Midas Alani having a look at that one. Just one camera. That's what I'm talking about. When it goes past some of those pillars, it just sends the camera a bit bonkers. I don't like going sort of clipping through the walls, if you like. Stays ahead of Midas Alani, falls off of Sturpan a little bit though. Obi, trio broken up a little bit now then. Captain Pugwash finds himself on the tail of Midas Alani as well. He's going to get a little bit of a slipstream down here. Board with him. And Midas not out of touch of Obi in front, I don't think, so he'll be getting a little bit of a toe as well. Just got to be careful you don't carry too much speed through there with that toe. Planting one into the wall, a little bit of damage on board. It just slows you down enough to lose that driver in front. The gap already opening up, almost a second between them. Just losing that slipstream now then, Captain Pugwash. Weeks moves up a position, gets himself past. Oh, I think that could have been because of Nick Vick's sideways action. Again, not sure if there was contact or whether he slammed himself into the wall carrying too much speed through a corner. We may find out after the race. Dylan then, he has lost a second to HKRT Kevin, just over that halfway mark. Starting to bring the time down then, Kev. Massive amounts of time over Manos. That gap opens to 6.5 seconds. That fight slowly closing up on him as well. We've got Manos, Obi-Wan, Sturpan, Midas Alani all getting a little bit close together again. Captain Pugwash in the background just has a wobble coming through that corner. He's held onto it though. So how much has he managed to get rid of this car for? It was for sale from round one. I don't think he liked it at all. Skippy, the wonder from down under, in 9th. Probably still wiping sleep from his eyes. Poor bloke. Nick Vick then, after his sideways incident, down in 10th. Dylan back up front then. Still 3.5 seconds between him and Kevin. Through that same section. Tyres looking a little different on that front left from Dylan's to Kevin's. Dylan pushing it into these corners then, that front left starting to hurt a little bit. Just saw the headlights of Kevin peeling around that corner. Just in the background, still 3.7 seconds off though. Might all change, just 2.5 minutes left, but that front left of Dylan's could slow him down a little bit. All these right hand corners pushing all the weight onto that front left. He tries to get this thing muscled round some of these corners. He's opened that gap back up though, 4.2 seconds. Obi has found his way. Oh, just see Manos getting his car sideways. Midas Alani and Obi have managed to find their way past Sturpan and Manos. Mocky Weeks has also found himself another position up. Captain Pugwash has made a mistake somewhere. He's been in the wall, I assume. Skippy a little bit closer to him now. May have a little chance of an overtake if he can get close enough. Nick Vick a long way down though, 5 seconds unfortunately. Yeah, again Dylan just trying to open that gap back up, 4.4 seconds. Between him and second place then. Both of these drivers pushing. The gap to third is 8 seconds. This is where the battle is really. Will be leading the charge at the moment. 1 minute and a quarter left. First and second too far away to make any moves unless they crash. Obi pushes it through there. Tyres still looking good. These drivers are going to get a toe off him down here as well. Not going to be able to go for an overtake through these corners. It's a brave move if you do. Again, Obi pushing it. Is he clipping the wall? Midas Alani is all over him. A little bit of a fast section coming up here then. Midas pulls out, not quite able to get a wing up the inside before this corner. Obi's pushed it hard through there though. Saw some smoke and sparks coming off the wall, not sure which driver that was. Maybe Midas Alani has slowed him down a little bit to Obi. And this will become final lap then. Dylan holding 4.2 seconds over Kevin. Obi-Wan just leading the charge for this third place battle at the minute. Midas Alani 4th, HK Manos in 5th, Sturpan in 6th, Mocky Weeks 7th. Car sold now, sorry people. Captain Pugwash in 8th. Skippy closing up on him, just 0.6 of a second back. Could go for a manoeuvre here if he can just bring that time down a little bit. And Nick Vick has made up time on Skippy, but still 4 seconds behind him. Let's get back to this punch-up. Still a few corners to go before the line. It's on again here. Oh, Midas Alani trying to look around the outside maybe into this one. Not sure if there was contact between the two of them. Obi is still leading the way at the minute. In that charge. Dylan, 5 seconds now he's found. Front left not bothering him at all. It takes the win then. Kevin up towards the line. Easy second for him. Obi should hold on to this third. Midas Alani still all over him then coming around this final corner. And it is going to be Obi that takes that third. Midas Alani takes fourth. Manos fifth. Sturpan sixth. Mocking Weeks did close the gap up. Seventh then for him. Just 2 seconds behind after all of that. Captain Pugwash taking 8th, Skippy coming home in 9th, just 0.3 of a second behind him in the end. Nick Vick still bringing time down on those two by the time he crossed the line. 3.3 back in the end for Nick Vick. But great racing for third. I'm sure they were had a little bit of a sweat on with that one. Hopefully Pilgrim's fixed his thing. Whatever was going on there. Again, there was no throttle or brake, but I could see your steering moving, so there's some kind of connection there. Whether it's just pedals that have disconnected, I don't know, but I wasn't able to get off the line in race 1, unfortunately. So, Tree 04091980, is that your date of birth? 4th of the 9th, 1980? Or is it 9th of the 4th? You're British, so it's 4th of the 9th. That's what that is. But I don't know whether you're allowed to race, mate. I don't know whether you're a last minute drop in or whether you're just a randomer that's found this lobby and wants to race. But you know what we will do? We will have a look at results for race 1 then. Dylan on that top spot. Didn't hold on to fastest lap this time. Kevin taking that one off him, 119.8. He taking 2nd place as well. Obi-Wan taking 3rd, Midas Alani 4th, Manos 5th, Sturpan in 6th, Mocking Week 7th, Captain Pugwash in 8th. We've got Skippy 9th, Nick Vick in 10th, and Paul Pilgrim didn't get off the line in the Chewits liveried car tonight. Not for race 1 anyway. Again, hopefully he's got that sorted out. Captain Pugwash wheel issues. Who, for you or for Pilgrim? Don't forget to drop those likes, people. Drop those likes. I'm going to refresh now. See who's actually paying attention or just listening for cheat codes. No likes. Damn you. I'm not liking my own video. I'm not doing that. Yeah, there you go. Pilgrim's wheel disconnected. Well, it wasn't his wheel. His steering was working. It was his pedals. His pedals packed in. There you go. Race 1 done and dusted. Have we been given a time for race 2 yet? Or was I not paying attention? Nope. Yeah, you know what, Mocking Weeks? I nearly said it myself. But I thought you boys, you know, thought you would have seen it. Uh, 22, 25 minutes past something. It'll be probably, maybe. So, I'm going to get this one wrong again because I always get it wrong. This could be reverse grid from race 1. I've got the whole series wrong. The whole season, I've got it wrong. It could be reverse grid from last race results. It could be, I think it's that. It could be as of race results, not reversed. It's not random number generator night, so that's not going to happen. It's reverse grid for this one, isn't it? It is, isn't it? Oh, okay, Tree's racing then. All right, he is sticking around. Who's Tree? Were you in? Why have I seen your name? Were you in last week randomly? Have you been in a different lobby that I've not seen? Mr. Tree 0409 1980. And I do hope that you know, I'm not having a go at you, Tree. You know, it's last round, it's final round. There's still sort of points to be had and positions to be had, and you know, I just don't want you to come in and upset people in terms of you know, accidentally smash them off track or something. I get racing incidents occur, but Pilgrim's still in the lobby, but not sure whether he's got his wheel working just yet. Now we've got a few minutes to chat. I'm still in one piece. Here I am, not broken. Yay. And my legs do work. I didn't break a leg or anything like that. I've not got a cast on. Because I took this little beast out. At the weekend. She performed beautifully. Apart from the flat tyre I had when I first turned up. Found a staple in my bloody tyre. What? Where do you get a staple from? This thing's not built for the office, damn it. It's a beast. But yeah, I went... I can sort of divulge information now. I didn't last week because it was all a bit of a secret. My mate knew where we were going. It was his birthday and we ended up going Wales. We played golf at Barla Golf Course for 9 holes. That's like that, and then like that, and then it's like that, and then it's like that, and then it's like that. It was ridiculous. The first tee was... I may as well have took my downhill bike. It was ridiculous. So we did that on the Saturday, and then we had a little evening sesh in this little cottage that we rented out, and then we took the old monster truck bikes out to Revolution Bike Park. That was an eye-opener after nearly a decade off them. If you ride bikes, any kind of, you know, not just to and from work down the sort of canal or into town or whatever, but if you're any kind of bike rider, yeah, it was a wake-up call after 10 years off it, pretty much. Went out about five years ago to Fort William, but that was the weekend that my appendix decided it was trying to kill me, so I didn't really ride it then. Yeah, we took it out for the weekend. Got up lifts. We're not idiots. We didn't walk up the hills. We're not maniacs. So we got up lifts on the in a Land Rover with a trailer on, and they take your bike up with you in it. And then, yeah, you just stick your helmet on, stick your gloves on, jump on that thing and fire yourself down the side of a mountain, jumps and tree roots and rocks and murder holes and things. Crashed. First run. Got a berm a bit wrong, nearly fired myself over the edge of that. Great fun. The amount of giggling we had coming down those hills, just laughing at ourselves more than anything at how useless we were and how slow and stuff we've become because we've not done it for 10 years, damn it. It was it was a good giggle. Almost got back up to speed though. By the end of the day, we'd had a fair few runs up and down the hill. Figured out how to ride a bike again and go around corners and stuff and jump, and yeah, it was all right. I got the bug again, so we're going out in about a month's time as well. So yeah, still could be broken bones. Who knows? Pilgrim's left the room. No, Pilgs. No, he must be having mega issues. Ah, what a shame. Okay, looks like we're jumping into race 2 then. So let me get myself back into this lobby. Turn the nonsense on already. So I'm just testing how long you can get a set of 11s with a handbrake down there. So we lose a Pilgrim, but we gain a tree. I know, it doesn't make sense. Right, here we go then. So it's as of race 1 positions. See, Dylan's leading, Kevin second, Obi third, as it was race positions from race 1. Okay, Dylan is going to lead us out again then. He started from the front in race 1. Can he do it again? Oh, Kevin's had a false start. Kevin's had a false start. He gets away now though, but that is going to put a dent in his challenge on Dylan. He's already pretty much won the championship unless his car gets abducted by aliens. But Dylan then, good start from him. Obi obviously takes that position off of Kevin after that false start. You've been wanting, I was just about to say, can Dylan now fend off a Kevin? Now he's so close. We'll see. He's already over the back of Obi-Wan for that second position. These three already burning away from everybody else. I think they're all making a little bit of contact with that outside curb through there. So Dylan leads then as we get halfway round lap 1. Obi second, but I'm not sure for how much long. Kevin's really pressuring him at the minute. He's sitting in third. Alani fourth. Got Sturpan in fifth. Manos, oh, I just clipped the wall. Manos in sixth. Mocking Weeks now looking for a way past him in seventh. That slowed everyone down behind Sturpan and behind Manos. He's in that seventh position. Nick Vick in eighth. Skippy in 9th, got Captain Pugwash 10th, and the new driver Tree just clipping a wall through there in 11th, holding on to the back of the pack at the minute. So Dylan then having Obi as a bit of a buffer from Kevin currently has managed to stretch that gap to 2.2 seconds. He's on that soft tyre again for race 2 here, so that leaves mediums on for him for the final race. Obi, here we go, Kevin having a look. Obi on the softs, Kevin on the softs as well. Gives them the medium tyres for that final race. Kevin having a look now then, trying to get side by side with Obi. He's got to wing up the inside through here. Oh! Little bit of contact between the two of them. Almost loses it, Kevin, but Obi backs off, allows Kevin to get himself back up to speed, which he does really quickly. Unfortunately, Obi, doing the gentlemanly thing, all Jedi-like, has unfortunately allowed Alani and HKRT Sturpan side by side through there as well. Obi driving hard then, Sturpan still next to him coming through here. Look at this, great battle. These boys were having a punch-up in race 1 as well. Come on, camera, keep up. So forget you two up front. I'm not interested in you two because this is not where the racing is. Look, big gaps, 3.5 seconds between Dylan and Kevin. Alani is still giving Kevin a little bit of grief at the minute. He's almost out of slipstream. Well, he has fallen out of slipstream range now. The battle is right here. Look at this, 5 drivers. Oh, contact into the wall. Sturpan in that 4th position. Obi 5th. Mocking Weeks in 6th, 7th. Manos just finds his way. Come on, get out of the way, Obi. Oh, he's clammed himself into the wall, Obi. No damage, but that slowed him down. He's had to drop to the back of that battle he was in. So that puts Sturpan into 4th. Manos 5th. Mocking Weeks literally pushing him around that corner. Battle broken up. There was almost 5 wide coming through there. Sturpan gets that corner a little bit wrong. Weeks and Manos close up on him then, looking for a way through. Oh, it's going to be 3 wide coming out of here. And look, they're all back together again. Nick Vick involved in this fight now as well. Maybe still at the back of this pack. Having a punch up with Manos. Sturpan still holding that 4th, but not managed to get away from me. Oh, clips the wall through there. That's going to slow him down a little bit again. Okay, back to the front. Dylan, 2.3 seconds lead Where are we? 4.5 minutes into race 2 here. Finals night as well, so all to play for in terms of points. Kevin in second, pretty much won the championship, but still positions to be had for other drivers. Midas Alani in third, then falls out of slipstream range of Kevin. Be careful he doesn't fall back into this fight that's happening here. Sturpan still fourth. Mockenweek still looking for a way past Manos. I think he's just got it through there. He does. Holds that fifth then. Manos sixth now. Nick Vick still seventh. Obi-Wan not managed to get past him in eighth. Skippy in ninth. Tree in 10th. Looks like Captain Pugwash. He's a couple of little mistakes. Falls back to 11th, but still hanging on in there. Nobody fallen off the field yet, really. Just the top two drivers who've managed to absolutely leg it down the rest of this circuit. Midas Alani as well, looking pretty safe at the minute. 2.5 seconds ahead of Sturpan and the rest of this maniacal crowd of 155s. Rocky Weeks then looking on to the tail end of Sturpan here. Down this section, long straight for him to have a look at Sturpan maybe into this right-hander coming up. Very easy S's into this right then. Sturpan carries a bit of speed, clatters into the wall a little bit. Mockenweek should be able to carry the speed past him now. He does, gets himself into racing line, still gives Sturpan enough room. Backing him though, using the slipstream, but we're into the wiggly section. Nowhere for Sturpan to go then. Well, he's almost pushing Mockenweeks a little bit too hard into some of those corners. So, nearly at the 7-minute mark. Look at this, it's all changed. The front tyre of Dylan is absolutely blown to pieces. And that has allowed either a mistake to occur, or Kevin just to push like a maniac and close that gap up. The gap down to 1.1 seconds. 3 minutes left in race 2 then. Midas Alani all on his own at the minute. 6 seconds behind Kevin. 3.2 seconds ahead of Mockenweeks, who is now into that fourth. Now, can he close the 3.2 second gap up on Midas Alani? Now he's past Sturpan. We'll keep an eye on that. Sturpan then still holding fifth. Falls off the back of Mockenweeks a little bit. Manos 6th. Obi-Wan 7th. He's managed to make his way past Nick Vick. But gaps opening up in race 2 then. Nick Vick still 8th. Skippy in 9th. So having a punch up here with Tree, and Captain Pugwash still just tucked it. Just gets that wiggle on again there through that corner, Captain Pugwash. Slows him down a little bit in that punch up to the two drivers in front. And look at this, Dylan got a mirror full of Kevin now in these last couple of laps. 8 minutes into race 2 then, just 2 minutes remaining. Now just going to see 2 more laps now then. Look at that front left of Dylan, it's blown out. Got a sliver of white left on it. Kevin's got about a third of his left. 2 more laps to go. Dylan's going to have to drive the life out of this Alfa if it doesn't catch him and spin him out into corner. Oh, look at this. Kevin just pressing side by side with Dylan now then. Actually got a nose in front. Dylan not able to carry as much speed through the corners with that tyre. There you go. Kevin scoops his way through then into first. Dylan won't be able to hold on to him. I don't think he'll get the slipstream, but he'll struggle in the corners. Kevin will probably be able to carry a little bit more speed through some of these turns. Yeah, Dylan just clips the wall through there. Just having to back off the throttle a little bit coming into these corners. Car not able to grip up. Midas Alani then in third. Oh, Mockenweeks has had a mistake. So he drops back to 5th then. Sturpan drops back into 4th. Manos right behind him as well. Obi-Wan in 7th, but a little way back from that fight. Just 1.9 seconds. Running out of time now as well. 30 seconds left on the race timer. Nick Vic in 8th, Skippy in 9th, Tree still 10th, Captain Pugwash in 11th. These boys having a little bit of a fight then near the end. Breaks up now though. Kevin, look at this, pulls masses of time over Dylan then. That tyre just costing Dylan. Pressed too hard, too early. 3.7 seconds currently then for Kevin is the lead. Dylan second, Midas Alani 4.6 seconds behind him. Did everyone get across the line? Yes, they did. Weeks coming back at Sturpan, looking for that 4th position back as well. Still side by side with him. Gotta be careful. Manos is lurking. Any kind of mistake from these two, and Manos is going to slip his way through here, I think. Having to go defensive. Obi-Wan closing back up then with the battle occurring in front. Let's just get ourselves back to the front of the race. We'll watch Kevin take the win then. Had a false start, dropped himself into 3rd and had a bit of a battle to get himself past Obi-Wan for a couple of laps. Then got his way past Obi, at which time Dylan had opened up a bit of a gap. But, is busted out front left has cost him that win. He's pushing too hard, too early. So 2nd place for him. Midas takes 3rd. Sturpan holds on to 4th. Manos takes 5th. Obi-Wan 6th. Mocking Weeks having another mare then somewhere, and he ends up in 7th. Maybe tactical. Let's see. Nick Vic in 8th. Skippy in 9th. Tree 10th. And Captain Pugwash in 11th. Yeah, not bad for Kevin. Again, false start. But taking the win. But it was Dylan with the fastest lap this time. So Kevin in 1st, then Dylan 2nd, Midas Alani 3rd, Sturpan 4th, Manos 5th, Obi-Wan 6th, P1 Mocking Weeks in 7th, Nick Vic in 8th, Skippy in 9th, Tree, all the numbers in 10th, and Captain Pugwash in 11th. No Pilgrim, unfortunately. His wheel has decided to give up on him tonight. He had steering, but no throttle or brake in race 1. Weirdly, I don't know what happened there, but yeah, his wheel was packed in. Or his pedals are packed in, his wheel was working. You could see the steering moving. So, I think everybody was on the softs for that race as well, weren't they? So that should mean that everybody, except maybe Tree, because I think Mockin said he could use softs. But everybody else should be on the medium tyres for this final race. Should be. Oof. Night time. Oof. So, unfortunately for you lot, that might just mean that you see a lot of headlights and a lot of player names. You might not know which car is associated with which player name, because it might just be headlights. Let's have a goosey gander. Will we have people out on track? Where? That's not where. Yeah, things like that. If they're all coming towards you, sort of 7 cars with 7 sets of headlights. It's not always the easiest to see. Just sitting in the pits then, waiting for this one to kick off. It doesn't look bad at the minute. But again, early on it might be a little bit blinding when there's, you know, everybody's heading towards the camera. So reverse grid for the final race. Final race of the series. How many rounds of the... that's not what you meant to do. How many more rounds of the Classic F1s? Not Classic F1s, the GT5 round 5. I'm assuming you boys raced Sunday night, so did anyone record it? Do you want me to do it? Or do you just want me to do round 7? Let me know. Yes, final race then here from Tokyo tonight. Again, everybody except Tree should be on the medium tyres. He's been told he can use the softs, I think, so... Poor old Pilgrim. Final race. What a shame. Okay, 4 more minutes then. Don't forget to hit those like buttons, people. Should be well famous by now. I don't even know how long I've been doing this stuff. I should be doing F1. That's what I should be doing. Or rally or something. Drop me in Red Bull. Red Bull, listen. Right? Drop me in with Warner. Me and Warner. We'd get on well. Right then, let's chuck myself in so we can get all the nonsense on now rather than when the lights are going. Yeah, so you should see medium tyres on for everybody. I think we'll just check. Well, even Trees decided to go mediums for final race. Okay, fair play. So obviously a slower tyre, won't go around the corners as quick, won't accelerate out of the corners as quick, but won't wear as quick as Dylan can make a front left disappear. Yeah, everybody else not brutalising their tyres quite as much as Dylan, so not sure, is he pushing too hard into the corners or pushing too hard out of the corners? Which one is it? Turning the steering wheel too aggressively, so it's just sliding out. Vic just getting a good feel for the mediums before this final race. Damage, not quite got to grips with these mediums then. Either that or he's shunted another driver down the track for a giggle. Could well be the second. Nobody else with damage though, so I'm assuming it's a mistake from Skippy, giving himself a dent. Hopefully we shouldn't see a mistake like race 2 from Kevin. I'm sure he doesn't want that to happen either. Oh, just about to get underway with this final race of the series then. I was going to say season, it is a season, but... There we go. You lose all control when the lobby jumps in. There you go. You can see pretty much 3 cars. Then it's all headlights. Ourselves to the front. So reverse grid from final race 2 positions, apologies. Red lights go on then, we'll wait for these to drop. Does everyone get away cleanly? Well, looks like they do. Those drivers peeling out already in the background. Just keep an eye on the first couple of corners. Everybody opting for the medium tyre for this final race of the season. Leads then, Tree in second. Skippy third, under a bit of pressure from Nick Vick. Nick Vick looking for a way past him, mocking Weeks as well, and Obi right behind them. A little bit of a gap back to Manos then, he's in 7th, got HKRT Kevin behind him in 8th. So these two making headway already. 8th and 9th for 7th. What's happened? Oh no, it is 7th and 8th then. Kevin and Dylan making their way past drivers at the same time. And now the punch-up begins then. Look at them all battling. Oh, Midas Solani's pinned into the wall. Oh, there's drivers sideways all over the place. It could be absolute chaos here. It's Nick Vic 007 who's sideways. Oh no. Rear end damage. All that practice not helping him then, unfortunately. The tyres letting go on him. Back end stepped out, wasn't able to gather it up, ended up sideways. Let's see what that's done to the order. Did think it was either Midas Solani or Kevin I saw get a little bit sideways, but looking at the grid order, it wasn't Kevin. He's up to 3rd position. Captain Pugwash under threat for the race lead, which he has now lost. Oh, a little bit of a wobble around that corner again there for Pugwash. It is Skippy that leads then, but not for much longer. Kevin is going to find his way through. Again, he has absolutely stomped this league. The Greek drivers turning up in this one en masse really, and all been a good addition to the league. There it is, Kevin into the lead then for this final race. Tree trying to follow him through, which he does, gets his way past Skippy. Skippy falls into 3rd, then Dylan as well making his way through the field into 4th. Pugwash in 5th. Locking Weeks still 6th. He was side by side with Pugwash. He's well now involved in that fight. Oh, it's a right pile in that middle group there. I couldn't even tell you who's where because they're swapping positions so often. And there you go, Locking Weeks from 6th to 7th down to 10th just through that little section with these cars so close together. Vic, unfortunately, he's not had a good season in these Alfa 155s, unfortunately. Kevin is just going to stomp this one now then. 3 minutes in and he's already got 2.5 seconds from the back of the pack as well. Dylan has also found his way through the field and into 2nd. Can he now chase down Kevin? Won't matter for the final championship, but it might matter for Dylan's ego. We'll see. Usually the fastest man on track, he's might be a little bit miffed that Kevin's faster than him. We'll see. Obi then also into 3rd. Found a way through that melee in the middle. Skippy holding 4th. Midas Solani did make his way through then. He's into 5th. Weeks and Captain Pugwash still battling it out for 6th. Mocking gets through. Captain Pugwash 7th. Tree in 8th. Oh, Sturpan follows him through, does he? Not quite. Side by side with Pugwash though. Pugwash into the wall, that slowed him down. Sturpan's now up next to him, coming out of the tunnel. Through he goes. HKRT Manos now the next man going to attack Captain Pugwash. Nick Vic unfortunately 5.5 seconds down, so he's pretty much out of this one as well unless chaos continues. Kevin just making this look easy week after week. Dylan in 2nd, 2.6 seconds behind him. Obi being dragged along a little bit, just a second back in 3rd. Skippy still holding that 4th, but drivers all over him now for that position. Midas Solani in 5th, Mocker Weeks at 6th, looking for a way through. Skippy, has he clipped the wall through there a tiny bit? He has, unfortunately. That slows him down just enough to let Midas Solani mock in, and it looks like Sturpan's going to find a way through there. Oh no, sorry, apologies, it's not Sturpan, it's Tree. Tree into 6th then, follows the field through past Skippy. Skippy now 7th, Sturpan in 8th, Manos 9th. Captain Pugwash in 10th. Vic now 4.7 seconds back. And he closed that gap up on Captain Pugwash. Still at 2.5 seconds up front then. Dylan not making any headway into Kevin's lead. Obi falls off that fight as well. It was a second behind Dylan, now 2 seconds down. 5.5 minutes into this final race of the season then. Solani in 4th. Tree into 5th. Oh, sorry, no, it's not. It's Mocking Weeks. Where did I see Tree? Mocking Weeks 5th. There's Tree in 6th. Hazards on. Not sure if there was a little bit of contact, whether he's just allowing Skippy to go through. I think he has, given him the inside line through there. Sturpan 8th then. Slings it around that corner. Captain Pugwash and Manos having a little bit of a battle. So Pugwash back into 9th. Manos 10th. And there is Nick Vick. Now just 2 seconds behind Manos. A little bit of damage on from Manos. Yeah, he's clipped the wall. That slowed him down. The damage will slow him down for the next couple of seconds until that repairs. That will give Nick Vick a little bit of a chance. That gap coming down massively. He's inside slipstream range now as well for Nick Vick. He'll be happy to race anyone after a mistake. So Dylan is slowly chopping into Kevin's time up front. The gap has just dropped below 2 seconds. It opens back up to just over 2 seconds. We've got 3 minutes left. That could be a hard ask for Dylan. Again, same for Obi-Wan. Falls another second down. 3 seconds back from second place Dylan. Solani still holding 4th, but got Mocking Weeks for company in tow range as well for him. Good corner there for Mocking, right on the rear bumper of Solani coming through here. Onto this long straight as well. Board with Mocking then on the chase. Slipstream kicking in. Which side's going to go? Over to the right. Should carry the speed past him. He's got the inside line into this corner as well. There you go. Solani just drops back. Looks to come back on the exit. He's having a look here. Weeks backs off a little bit. Just goes through. Good driver from these two. Weeks coming back at him now. Weeks now looking to come back up, not quite able to get that wing up the inside before this left-hander. Speed through there though, holds on to Solani through this little complex of corners. Okay, let's, where are we, 8.5 minutes in, let's get ourselves to the front and see what's happening. It is looking like an easy win again here for Kevin. 3 seconds up the road then. No problem with tyres for this race. Still another lap left to go. Dylan in 2nd. Obi-Wan in 3rd. Almost another second down. 3.8. Solani in 4th. Mocking Weeks still tucked under his rear wing. Tree in 6th. He's got a little bit of a gap between him and Sturpan, but not out of the woods yet for Tree. No pun intended. P1 Skippy in 8th then. Manos in 9th. Captain Pugwash in 10th. And there is Nick Vick all over his rear end for 11th. Might be able to get a position here for Nick Vick. Just 30 seconds left on the race clock. Kevin crosses the line then. Dylan crosses the line. Is everybody going to get over there? Obi-Wan up towards the line. He is going to see another lap. Solani and Mocking Weeks have opened that gap up a little bit between themselves. Another lap for you pair. Everybody get across the line. 5 seconds remaining. Yes, absolutely. Everybody gets across the line. Okay, here we go then. Oh, yeah, everybody. Nick Vick then does finally make a position. He's into 10th. Gets his way past Captain Pugwash. Final lap battles happening then. Not here. 3.6 seconds up the road for Kevin. as Kevin sticks it in a wall. Dylan's not going to be able to take that position off him. Safe from any kind of attack from behind. Obi nearly 6 seconds behind him. Mida Solani another 4.8 seconds down. Joachim Weeks is struggling now to hold on to Mida Solani. Oh, clams into the wall there as well. Sturpan is closing up behind him. Dragging Tree, so Sturpan's got past the Tree there. Joachim Weeks, he's being closed up massively here. Okay, I've missed Kevin crossing the line, apologies. Missed Dylan crossing the line, he takes second. Not going to miss Obi, he takes third. The Jedi Master, Mida Solani, is going to hold on to fourth. Joachim Weeks should just hold on to fifth. He does. Sturpan was right behind him though, taking sixth by the end of that one. Tree coming home in seventh. Skippy taking eighth. Manos coming home in ninth. We've got Nick Vick taking 10th. Captain Pugwash trying to handbrake across the line, but track not wide enough to allow the car to do that, so it just pinballs off the wall a little bit. No damage though. Now he handbrakes across the line. There it is, Captain Pugwash taking 11th. And that is it from the Alfa 155s. Kevin has most certainly deserved the win in the whole series. He's absolutely smashed it. I'm assuming Obi took second and Joachim Weeks took third, but I can't be 100% on that. Let's see if I can get first, second, third. Top 3 overall. It's going to be Kevin. It's going to be Kevin that takes it. Because he was just... In fact, let me put a question mark there. He was just smashing it week after week after week. Just too quick, that guy. Oh, should I press that again? That's what I need to do. He was just too quick week after week after week. It was, yeah, phenomenal bit of driving from Kevin. And, you know, I've got to give a shout out to the majority of drivers in this one. It's been clean racing throughout. There's been bumps, there's been bangs. It happens, you know, maybe a teeny tiny bit of retaliation. But, you know, in general, it's been pretty damn clean. Big shout out to the HKRT boys as well. You know, I'm sure the P1 community are quite happy to have them come back and race. So even, you know, I'll say that. I'll say that for them, because I'm sure they're, yeah, again, they'll be quite happy to have you boys back, you know. Getting a little bit bumpy at the start, but it was all good. It was all good. Just see if Joachim Weeks drops us any kind of message in the chat there. Okay, yeah, there you go. I was pretty much right. So Kevin taking the win, Obi second, and Joachim Weeks taking third for top 3, as I expected. And yeah, that's going to be it from the Alfa 155s, unfortunately. So just 7 rounds. Big shout out to Kevin again. Just he smashed it week after week. There's been no denying it. None of the boys can take anything away if he's not cheated. You know, he's you know, you've seen he's had a false start and then still come through to take a bloody win. So he's too quick. He's too quick. But yeah, that's it from the Alfa 155s. I myself am back on Saturday night at 8 p.m. UK time for round 2 or race 2 or whatever you want to call it, the second event, the second outing of the Ringcaf, which is just there. No, it's not, because it's disappeared. It's just there. There it is, Ringcaf. Boom, bam, boom, bam, boom. So that's going to be Saturday night at 8 o'clock. It'll be a couple of hours racing, maybe an hour and a half's racing. It's only GR3 cars. It's only Nordschleife, bop on. Lobby's absolutely jammed. You will struggle to get in, but yeah, it's usually good racing. So that's going to be Saturday night, and then I'm back on Sunday night for the next round, whatever that may be. It may be round 6 if I do. It'll be round 7, the actual race. Unless I do the post-race commentary on round 6, which the boys did last week while I was away. So that's what we've got coming up. Again, this one's done. Thursday League will come back. What have you boys opted for? Civic, I think. Have you gone for a Civic? I did see Suzuki Carry thrown around earlier, but I don't think so. So yeah, there will be a new Thursday league, obviously, when the boys decide what it's going to be and it's all sorted out. Probably a few weeks, a couple of weeks in between this one and that one. Saturday night, 8 o'clock for the Ring Calf, and then 9 o'clock Sunday night for the GT 500s with the P1 boys again. And that's what we've got coming up. Beginning of June, we've got the GTTCC. So if you haven't signed up for that already, make sure you go and check the link out on Mature Racing Club. One of the biggest GR4 leagues I've seen. It's usually a few lobbies, up to 100 drivers in there as well, just being booted out of the lobby. So yeah, that's coming up as well. 6th of June, I think that starts. That'll be Friday night. It's 9 o'clock. 2 races, GR4s, 2 different cars as well, and there'll be teams and all sorts of other things going on. It's a massive event. It's really good. So yeah, that's what we've got coming up. But other than that, that's pretty much it from me, people. Saturday night, 8 o'clock is when you'll see me next. Outside of that, I hope you've enjoyed what you've watched. If you have, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. But you know what I want you to do most of all, people, is tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of it.